And welcome back to Crypto Hulk. Oh my God, we got a show for you. And I figured out why sometimes when I push the go live button, it's a blue button. Today, it was okay. They tried to trick me again. So the blue button wasn't the live button, it was the done, like you're done. So, but there's three buttons today. There was something on the left, middle, and the right. Normally, there's only two buttons. Okay, you have a done and a go live. So today, the done button was highlighted blue. All the other days, it's the go live is the blue button, not the done. It's just that's today. It's just, but yesterday or this morning show, I only had two buttons to push. The blue one, the blue one is the go live button. So tonight when I make a show, of course, the blue one is the done button. So just like I'm so done putting up with this platform. Oh, let me get the microphone. All right. We've got a good one lined up. Let me turn this ringer off. Hold on a sec. Hold on. All right. So I've got connections, and we're talking a three-letter agency as well. Now I want to be very careful with that one because that's a hot topic. I want you to know something that I've shown articles before. Let me adjust this light. So I got the window open, so I got daylight coming in here, but on my left, I've got that. What if I turn this shit off? Okay. All right. That didn't even. Well, we're gonna deal with some shitty light issue. If I turn this one on, that makes it even really worse. Whoo-wee. I just can't win. Let me do this. I have to close the blinds a little bit. Wow. Okay, I finally figured this shit out. All right. We've heard before that a three-letter agency figured out who the Satoshis were. There was like four of them. Okay. In today's article, that same agency that discovered the Satoshis, they're mixed up in all this crypto stuff. You'll see. In my opinion, like I've always said for like 3 years, three-letter agencies started the whole X crypto stuff. I'm not getting into it all today. I've already done the shows on it. We can do it again, or we can do a question and answer some other show where we just get into like conspiracy stuff. But so I got the blind open now, but it seems like when I get closer, that turns red. I mean, turns white. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So now I close the blinds even more. If I appear a little sweaty, I was putting ice on my face to cool off. I was in a really hot dry sauna and just sweated my brains out. All right. Today I'm going to go over this. Let me give you the link. We're going to get right into it because I don't want to dawdle too much. You're going to love this. Three-letter agencies all over it. Okay, there's your first article. Let's see what we got. We got any new members? New members. Jonathan Von Evans, welcome to the video live stream. Then you got Daniel Seifert, welcome. Robin Hood just put limits on how much money you can do all that. Yeah, my friend who's going to send me some money says now Wells Fargo has a limit on how much he can send a month. I'm like, what? It used to be, you can't send more than like 200 or 500 bucks a day or something. Now they put it at a month. So yeah, so that's where we're going here. A lot of weird stuff is happening. We're getting closer and closer and closer um, let's look. So first off, we got the issues with the channel still. We're gonna keep pushing and pushing and pushing. Bottom left corner of the screen. Every time you feel like it, file a complaint with the BBB. Use my complaint number. Next thing is contact YT. Tell them what they're doing is criminal. You're a paid member. You can't ask a question in the bottom chat box. That's illegal. Okay. Start threatening them with stuff, but not bodily harm. You could say something like, "I wish a car would drive over you as you walk into your workplace this morning." I mean, you can say stuff like that, but just say, don't say I'm going to do it or I'm going to drive you over. Just say it would be great if somebody in the world would just drive your fucking ass over. Because where we all have an opinion, we could wish harm to other people. I mean, that's all right. You know, if I don't like you, I could say, I hope you get hit by a bus tomorrow. Quit being a fucking baby. Oh, yeah, mommy, teacher, he said something mean. That only works in school. Okay. The Homeland Security. So now let's go into this. Let me fold this paper. We're going to go through this article here. Homeland Security makes an award. Oh, really? Now we got the Homeland Security paying a Canadian government company or a Canadian company. That's what we got going on now in America. These three-letter agencies are so deep in all this crypto stuff. Everybody's pretending not to know what the fuck's going on. And then guess what? Guess what happens? It's flip the switch. That's what happens. Okay. Then all of a sudden, crypto's worth 10,000 bucks. You never got any because you were so afraid of the big bad wolf, Gary Gensler. Oh, by the way, Gary Gensler, remember back in the Clinton days? Gary Gensler was the treasurer when Hillary was there, who gave the money. Gary gave the money to Fusion GPS to make the fake story up about the Russians' collusion with Donald Trump. Gary Gensler sold out our country. And what do? They give him a promotion running the SEC to fuck over all the crypto stuff like he fucked over the last election. That's Gary Gensler. I'll just remind you about that. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security made a deal with a Canadian blockchain company to track oil deliveries to the U.S. The firm's name is NeoFlow. NeoFlow's parent company is called Mavenet. ARED, awesome job. Thank you very much. Thanks for the donation. It's total motivation. Oh yeah, I was going to say before we keep going, you have a couple options on stuff. One, sign up under a new account. That will probably work. Delete the phone app, reload it back again. Unsubscribe from my channel and subscribe back. Those are usually steps that'll work. I'm working on all the other stuff as well. So you have the company called Mavenet, and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security also gave contracts for blockchain work as well. Well, isn't that interesting? I think we know who's making all this crypto. Like I already told you before, like, look, Ripple is an American three-letter agency or agencies front. It's a front. Okay, it looks like Ripple and they're going to go on the stock market. Look, our government's taking that shit over. Our government started Ripple, for God's sakes, all right? So rather than waste your money getting Ripple stock, hey, look, and even if Ripple does go to the stock market, do you really think that America is going to allow China to come in and buy 51% of Ripple and control it? You're fucking high if it's going on the stock market, all right? All right. So we got here, NeoFlow's parent company is Mavenet. United States, they gave him a contract with DHS, SecureKey, tracking to SecureKey and New Zealand, and a company called Matter. You know what? I'm having a hard time reading this shit, so I'm gonna have to turn the light on again. It's gonna suck, but that's what we gotta do. So they're tracking oil, and the U.S. The DHS is all over this. They gave contracts for blockchain tracking oil to SecureKey, a New Zealand company called Matter. So let me look over this article real quick and go through it. You see that there's a phase 4 contract, second paragraph. They're trying to prevent fraud with oil delivery. Um, they're trying to not, it doesn't just prove the origin of the oil and gas, but also the environmental compliance with the record of emissions throughout the supply chain. This whole, there's some kind of, something's going on in this world. And what it is you can get the governments off the oil, you drop the dollar to 50%. It's like the dollar would be worth half. That's what they're trying to do, is destroy the dollar. Okay. And then with all this electricity stuff, then they're able to really, really control it. Because then they can just flip a switch and turn everybody's electricity off. They can probably pinpoint your house and turn off your power grid or whatever it is. That's how I see it. I've never seen in my life more concerned about. Let me tell you something. Since when do rich people give a fuck about us caring about the environment? When do rich people care so much? Oh, let's have financial inclusion. You know what they want to do? Make us slaves with all this crypto shit. I'm just letting you know the end game, okay? We're going to be rich and it's all going to be great. But 5 or 10 years later, everybody on this fucking planet is a slave. That's how this goes. You take away the oil, you control the electricity, you have the ability to turn people's power on and off at will, cut out their food buying opportunity. They're going to be controlling people to be fucking slaves. That's where this ends up, okay? Alrighty then. I read this article. Now, at first, the only thing that was interesting was the Department of Homeland Security dealing with New Zealand, Canadian companies. And I was just like, what? So the person I am, I'm like, you know what? This is like a nothing burger article, and I'm going to turn it into a fucking show because I know we just did this last night. Same fucking thing. Get this article. You see nothing there until Crypto Hulk starts digging and investigating, and it's like, holy shit. Let's go on to the rest of the show, shall we? Now this starts to pick up. So what we had, like I said, is everything's a facade. It's like a fake, just like Ripple. It's really a government, but it looks like a regular company. Okay. Yeah. This article looks just like some regular boring article. Okay. Now I'm going to start showing you what's up. That's what these people want, to put out bullshit, boring articles so you don't see the truth. And then I investigate it and I'm like, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Avast. Here we go. This is about a year old. Avast acquires a second blockchain. Oh, really? So the Avast, where people get antivirus and all that shit, now they're into blockchain too? Oh. And they're involved with SecureKey, which means they're involved with the DHS. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. Now this is starting to get cooking. Today, cybersecurity firm Avast, which has about 500 million users, announced it acquired a Canadian blockchain provider called SecureKey. Well, ain't that some? The same one I think the government's working with, the DHS. So Avast buys a Canadian company that the United States secret 3-letter agency is sending them money. Well, that's a good way to go about it. So you can see, you know how they do these things? I'm telling you, we have a totally conspiracy show. When you do shit like this, maybe they can't do it to Americans, but they can do it to another country. Got it? So that's how you evade laws. You say, hey, Avast, go to Canada, open up shop, and then we'll send you money because we can't do it inside this country. Oh, Crypto Hulk is peeling back the onion layers. Let's see. SecureKey launched what's called Verified Me in Canada with most of the country's biggest banks. So first off, stop. Now we know that's coming to America. You're going to have a digital identity. Okay. There's already different companies working on it. I already talked to you about Greg Kidd from Ripple, who has his own version of digital ID, and that'll get pushed on all of us, so they'll track us. But This secure key has this valid ID. This is how they're going to track you with Elon Musk's cell phone, Starlink, and all that bullshit. We'll all be tracked like slaves, and they'll put chips in us like we're fucking hamsters and shit, and probably give us lettuce to eat so we don't eat meat. We can just eat plants and lettuce, and I guess we could crawl around on the ground naked and shit. If you really want to start getting like that, then we can. Then we won't have sweatshops in China making our clothes. We can just sit around naked and eat plants and shit and eat worms for protein. So you've got this Avast company that's American, but then goes into Canada. I want you to try to follow all this. And they work with the Canadian banks, which are Ripple Partners, CIBC. That's the first bank they show here. Canadian Imperial. I'll show you the article later. I looked up Desjardins. There's nothing there. RBC, Ripple Partner, Scotiabank. Oh, you're going to love when I show you that one. It's all Ripple. It's all Ripple. You got TD and others. I've verified to make sure pretty much all these people are just happen to be Ripple partners, by the way. Now all of a sudden show's starting to get a little interesting, isn't it? The objective of Verified Me is to speed up identity checks. This is what's going to happen with us. We will have our digital identity. Maybe it's on a card chip. Maybe some people put it in their hand, whatever it is. There's going to be biometric, everything. Iris scan, face recognition, voice analyzing. You'll have to say a certain password. Like they'll say, say this phrase so we can identify your voice. And you could, and the phrase will be like, Crypto Hulk has an awesome program. And then you say, Crypto Hulk has an awesome program. It'll turn green, and then you'll get your money, right? Let's keep going. SecureKey solution processes 200 million digital ID transactions annually. Oh my God. But look, they have an IBM connection. But so let me back it up. Back it up. Let me go to the first. Well, that's no, don't tell me. Okay, so I don't. Okay, so what I don't have today, because I already showed them the other day, and I Crash. Thanks for becoming a member after for 6 months now. Crypto Hulk has an awesome program. Absolutely. See, I can take a piece of coal news article and turn it into a fucking diamond. That's what I'm doing right now. Because coal, after like millions of years, turns into a diamond. So I don't have. Oh, I do have the Scotia one. So CIBDC is the Canadian Imperial whatever bank, Ripple partner. Desjardins is some kind of an investment company. I looked that one up. I looked up for like 10 minutes. There's no kind of connections and nothing with them. The RBC, that's some kind of Reserve Bank of Canada. That's a Ripple partner. Scotiabank is a Ripple partner because I'm going to show you why it's not official. But when you see the connection, you'll be like, oh, shit, Crypto Hulk, you're right. TD, I have to look. I think TD. Oh, yep, I got the article right here. So out of those, so SecureKey, which is some little dinky ass little company, right? Which is really Avast. See, so SecureKey, here's how they do this, okay? I'm trying to show you how slick these people are so nobody can trick you and you'll know how all this goes down. Troy James, welcome to the video live stream. Just joined. So how it works, as I'm seeing now, is you get a massive cyber security company like Avast. That's Americans. It's got to be Americans. We got to trust each other, right? Avast is secretly helping these three-letter agencies get shit done so we can have crypto. Like we're watching all this go down. Other channels have no fucking clue about what we're talking about tonight because I'm bringing some really cool conspiracy shit. So Avast starts this no-name company in another country, by the way, so Americans won't be noticing, but a Crypto Hulk notices. And they start this company, and then they start landing deals with digital ID with all the top Ripple banks in Canada. That's not on the news. And so that's the TD. Let me show you that one. Right there. TD Ameritrade explores Ripple. Now, this was only 5 years ago almost. Do you know how far we are? Canada's already green lighted. Okay. TD trade has been since 2018 December. So let's call it 19. So let's say 4 years. They've been with Ripple for 4 years already. You know how far ahead they are? But they're pretending where they sure are being quiet about it, huh? Like a church mouse. So let me look at this article just real quick, glancing through it. So TD Ameritrade explores XRP. A new company, which is TD, is entering the virtual currency space. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Why don't they advertise that? Is allegedly exploring the possibility to offer XRP. So now they're working with them. Interesting. Okay. Now let's get back. Oh, yeah. So here's the RBC. I do have the RBC, Royal Bank of Canada, ex Particus. How you liking the conspiracy there? I have to delete part of this article address bar. It's too long. Hold on a sec. Okay. Look at that link right there. So you've got an American Avast company goes to Canada, works with a three-letter agency, and they're paying them money. They're using digital IDs. They're working with all the top Ripple banks. Here's the article title here. They're not giving us a date. I hate when a news company shows something here and you can't see like when it was done. I'm pretty sure it's all 2017, 2018. That's when Ripple got there. The Royal Bank of Canada backed Ripple's technologies and suite of products to revolutionize. You hear that word? They're not just using something. No, they're revolutionizing. That's called XRP. All right. And they're probably running on a private ledger, so we can't see. They're talking about Ripple create an open source, peer-to-peer, decentralized protocol. They're like excited and jazzed up about this shit right here. RippleNet can reduce the bank's cost by 46. Can you believe by 46 fucking percent? That means extra profit. Like, think about your bills. I want you to listen to this article. I'm not reading the whole thing, but just imagine your bills every month. So imagine the bank's bills every month. What if you could cut that in half? You don't think they're not going to want to use XRP? Oh, no one's going to use it. Remember what that one billionaire dude? Oh, there's no banks that are partners with Ripple. Are you fucking serious, guy? Can't you fucking read? The Royal Bank of Canada, right? I'm showing you. Well, Ripple doesn't have any partners. No one's ever going to use it. That guy has no fucking clue. Okay, so this is just a fake article, I guess. Okay, all right, got it. Oh, well, look what we got here. We got another one. These are all the banks that are mentioned in that secret DHS kind of deal. So we have top Australian and Canadian banks tap Ripple's payment solution. Remember in the beginning, I told you about CIBC Bank? Well, it's right here. The National Bank of Australia and North American banking giant, the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, they're working with Avast and the Department of Homeland through a company called SecureKey that no one even has fucking heard of. It's brilliant. I love it, but I figured it out. That's how they do shit, man. So it doesn't make headlines. You know, who's going to read an article on SecureKey? No fucking buddy, right? Oh, Crypto Hulk does. Oh, I deep dive shit, man, and I find out the truth. That boring ass article, I said there's no fucking way. I said there's got to be a there, and guess what? Crypto Hulk found it. Now let's go through the article a little more. Now, let me make sure I got all the. Okay, we got that one done. I talked about TD. Oh, we got some good stuff waiting for you here, buddy. Okay, all right. Now it's going to get even more fun. The roller coaster returned back to the station, but we're not stopping. We're going back for another ride. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the one, two, three, fourth paragraph. If you're following along, go to the fourth paragraph, and the roller coaster just took off again. I'll read the paragraph, and then we'll go into it. The company worked. Okay, safe key or whatever it is. The Avast cover up with DHS. Secret, shh, don't tell anybody. The company worked with IBM. Oh, now you see where this is all going? It's all connected. It always goes back to all the three cryptos, you guys. I'm trying to show you. The first article we read was so fucking boring. I got it. All right. I was almost bored myself, but I wanted to go through it to show you that there appeared to be nothing fucking there, right? Okay. That's how no other YouTube channels find shit like this. There's a couple good researchers out there, but they also do scam shit too. People have said on my show how much they've lost. And they recommended certain cryptos and lost it. So let's just say the average content producer will look at an article like I did. That's where my trained eye looks at things and bullshit alerts go off. And I'm like, oh, there's got to be a shit ton of Ripple stuff in this article. And I'm proving it right now. But the other channels will rather talk to you about gold cards and art paintings and yeah. Yeah. So the company worked with IBM to develop the verified meat network. So IBM, now we're getting IBM in this thing. It uses Hyperledger Fabric. Oh, but now remember that name too, but it's also interoperable with Hyperledger Indie projects. Oh, Indie is the open source self-sovereign identify framework based on code eventually contributed by Everynym. I didn't look up Everynym because I was too busy. Now let's start going through the next article, which shows we're going to talk about IBM, and you're going to be quite excited. This is like a little mini Christmas present right here. Nicholas M. is twirling around in his seat. Thank you for that donation. I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to everybody to get their money's worth in this thing. Now I'm trying to get my mouse, which is not rolling. There it is. Okay, so there's the article. Let's go over it a little bit. I think it's very interesting. Stellar is linked in with IBM. Oh, shit. And IBM's 3 Stellar products. Since now this is only 5 years old. Well, imagine that. Now, notice the date again, 2018, 2017. I'm going to show you something. Ripple was right there. I'm going to show you later. Since October, IBM has been publicly building distributed ledger products on top of Stellar. Oh, Crypto Hulk, should we get XLM as well? I don't know. What do you think? Oh, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a crypto advisor. I can't give you any kind of financial advice. If I tell you to do something, don't do it. If I tell you to invest in something, don't do it. Everything I say is a complete lie. I just got out of jail last week. I've been serving a 60-year sentence for fraud, all right? Even though I'm 52 years old. Figure that one out. Below, we piece together the disparate sources of information about the Stellar and IBM partnership. Okay. Let me repeat this. Learn why IBM chose Stellar Lumens. Oh, Crypto Hulk, I think I'm gonna blow a fat load in my shorts right now. Look, I don't care if IBM talks about a hyperledger and a hyper this and a fucked up whatever. Let me repeat. Learn more about why IBM chose Stellar Lumens. I don't fucking care what all the hype is. Oh, well, they're using Hyperledger. They're not using Stellar. Let me repeat. Learn more about why IBM chose Stellar Lumens. Got it? All right. I'm not concerned about fucking Hyperledger. It's a private blockchain anyway. It's going to do private shit. I don't mess with other people's privates. Blockchains, I mean. IBM provides financial institutions with enterprise level Stellar-based products. Got it? Validating the Stellar public network. Trust and believe there's a Stellar private network. facilitating cross-border transactions with lumens as the current bridge asset. So we're gonna have a Hyperledger platform, which is a like a XRP ledger. IBM has its own private one. It's called Hyperledger. And guess what? The lumens are the bridge product on the Hyperledger. I'm not fucking concerned. Are you? Good. Let's not be concerned. Follow my show, and you will have no fucking concerns at all. um, Both IBM and Lightyear is another of their projects, provides services to companies who want to operate on the Stellar network, but IBM serves larger, more risk-averse clients like banks and central banks, while Lightyear's clients are smaller entities like remittance companies. So this is where the Stellar comes in. Remember, XRP is for the big dogs. Stellar's going to move the smaller dog money, all right? This is a pretty interesting article from 5 years ago. Well, gee, Crypto Hulk, why you? I hear these assholes. Why are you always having old articles on your show? I'm just like, wow, you're such a fucking tard. Banks, central banks, money transfer operators, and financial institutions regularly outsource technology integrations to IBM, who then runs using Stellar as a bridge. They'll use an IBM ledger, and Stellar is the bridge currency. Got it? So they don't have to use a Stellar ledger and a Stellar lumens. They're using the coin, which is what you want. Okay? Buy that shit. Hyperledger Fabric is IBM's Hyperledger Fabric. So every time you hear the term Hyperledger, you think IBM. It's a private, permissioned, that means you have to have permission to use it, digital ledger technology solution, and is open source underneath, it's Linux. The Stellar Foundation joined Hyperledger as an associate member. Why? Because they have that ledger, but they're going to use Stellar as the bridge. Got it? So we're not concerned if IBM has this private ledger and shit like that. We don't care because they just told us they're going to use Stellar lumens. So buy the Stellar fucking lumens, all right? This is an incredibly interesting, informative article. If you're a nerd, I'd highly suggest reading this. I only got a show that can last so long, so I can't spend any more time on it. But that's one where if you're brand new and you got some time, read that shit because it's very interesting. Let's see here. Next article. We got that one, that one. Okay, we're pretty much almost done here. Okay, you're gonna love this one. I got 2 more slides left for you, and then the party's over. No more shock and awe to Crypto Hulk fans. Okay, click on that. Island Girl says, Hulk, have you heard of Project Cedar? Yeah, I've gone over probably 7 of the projects on my show. I start to forget some of them now and then because they've got like 7 of them. So I don't have it written down, organized and shit. I just kind of freewheel it, kind of a deal. But yeah, see, Project Cedar, I'm sure I've gone over it and taught it. I just can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But let's go with the article. So we're looking at LinkedIn, okay? Showing a guy named Keith Wendling. Crypto Hulk, why the fuck are we looking at somebody's LinkedIn picture? I want you to scroll down to look at his past jobs and the times and dates. Here we go. Remember I told you look at 2017 and 18 and all these articles I've been showing you? Okay. Now this is where the chickens come home, or the roosters come home to roost. Keith Wendling. Let's scroll down. His job experience. We can see, oh, he's currently working at Ripple. Oh, shit. Well, What is that? Doesn't necessarily mean anything, Crypto Hulk. Now, don't get everybody all excited for nothing. I want you to click on show all 13 experiences. Look at how much of a fucking investigator Crypto Hulk is. So the guy currently works at Ripple. He deals with global investigations. If we scroll down to we keep scrolling down. Let me try to find it here. JP Morgan, anti-money laundering. He worked for here we go. I see it. Look at his 4th job. Look at his 4th job. Scotia Bank. That was in the article. That was one of the companies that's working with SecureKey and Avast in the Department of Homeland Security. Scotia Bank was a partner in that deal. And look at the year he worked there, 2016 and 17. Bingo, connection with Ripple right there. He worked at Scotia Bank right when Ripple was doing all this shit over there. He leaves a few years later, 4 years less than that. He left Scotia Bank after he helped Ripple set everything up, and then goes to get a job at Ripple 4 years later. How about that one? I thought that was cool. I had to look for a connection somehow with Scotia. There's nothing in the internet about this guy working at Scotia Bank connected with Ripple, but I've got serious mad detective skills. I figured shit out, all right? Dates line up perfectly. Project Cedar is hardwood. Okay, I see where that one's going. I'm going to ignore that one. It's going to get us in trouble here. Last gold nugget, everybody. Michael Gruner, just a thanks, and to make sure the buttons work. Now, that's a good idea. Everybody should make sure those buttons work. You don't have to throw $5 in to check it. If a ton of people just send $1, then I'm gonna go talk to the state senator fucking tomorrow. All right, this should be wrapped up so fast. But seriously, if I get cash quick, I'm talking to that motherfucker. I'm setting up an appointment. Might take me a week or two to get in, but if I got cash, this dude's gonna sit here and listen and fix this fucking circus we got to deal with this on this platform. Next article is from XRP Chat, and I just sent it to you right there. Brody 80. Brody, I recognize that name frequently on my show. Thanks for that donation. It's everything is helping me accomplish what I got to accomplish. I have a goal to talk to that senator and then to have some kind of lawsuit, all right? Anti-criminal investigator. We're doing the whole thing now. Unless they just back the fuck up. They could end all this now. Just back up, leave this fucking channel alone, and let us do what we got to do is learn. Now, notice, here we go again. Notice the dates on this article in XRP Chat, 2017. That's when that guy, what's his name? Keith Wendling in 2017 worked for Scotia Bank. That's when Ripple was doing all this stuff with SafeKey and Avast and all that, with all the Ripple partners, Canadian Imperial Bank and all. These are all Ripple partners dealing with all this, getting the digital ID for all these banks and shit, right? So this article is right in that same time frame because I found it. I'm telling you, I spent like 4 hours making this fucking show. It's official. Ripple has been trialed, tested, and actively used at some point by all of Canada's big 5 banks. These people here figured this shit out in 2017. I'm 5 years late to the party, but I never even got into crypto till 3 years after this article was made. But anyhow, I still do a pretty good job. These people here are confirming with everything that I've been telling you right here. XRP Chat is like the biggest XRP maxis and shit who study this shit and live on it. Everything all the conclusions I've drawn today are right fucking here, okay? The big banks are Royal Bank of Canada, Ripple Partner, Toronto Dominion Banks. They mentioned Bank of Nova Scotia. That's what we just went over. Bank of Montreal, Canadian Imperial Bank. These are all Ripple partners. I've already jotted the lines and drew them. I traced it all out for you. It says RBC, the Reserve Bank of Canada, whoever it is, has undergone cross-border trials with R3. So now we have a connection with XDC. If that's something you want to get, is XDC. R3 and Ripple used to be partners back when this thing was going on in 17 and 16. R3 and Ripple were partners. R3 still uses Ripple tech. See how Ripple is always in all the 3Xs, you guys. We've gone over all 3X cryptos tonight. Buy that shit, okay? I don't see in all these fucking articles where is like Bitcoin or Ethereum or Monkey Boy Coin or what? There's none of these other fuckers are here. You got it? I don't care if they say, oh, we're going to be using Ethereum. They're not doing a fucking thing. I'm just letting you know. All right. That's all to scare you off. Toronto Dominion Banks. That's TD. Trialed and tested Ripple. Bank of Nova Scotia. That's the guy I told you that who used to work at the Bank of Nova Scotia, then worked for Ripple. They also tested R3, which is XDC. You know, the Bank of Nova Scotia is a Ripple partner, and probably definitely with R3, which is XDC. Bank of Montreal, they claim here. Now, these people didn't provide proof like I do, but I'm going to go with it because these are XRP maxi nerds, so they're not fucking lying. They did an R3 test. That's XDC. Some of the stuff they're talking about is back in 2015. Canada's so XRP. They're playing it off real good. It's like that song called Secret Lovers from like the 1980s, like Secret Lovers, that's what we are. Yeah, Ripple's a secret lover at all these Canadian banks and nobody's telling anybody else, okay? Hoo-wee. So I think with that, let me see what we got here. Leo, thanks for your donation to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Arthur L, thank you for your donation as well. Thanks for the Canadian deep dive, Hulk. It's good to know what my bank is up to. Solo is going to be massive along with Corium. Get your trust lines set up. Stephen, what a trust line? What exchange? Good boys. I will provide comments. XDC is tokenizing gold. Now it's a rumor on RippleNet. The new BMO machines are in the grocery store that takes deposits. It appears like they're going away from a physical bank location. Hulk takes the gold for the deep dive, says deep muff dive. Yes. So that was a lot of fucking work, but I pulled it off like a champ. Go ahead and read that original. So I'm going to show you here in case you just walked in the door or you just woke up or whatever. Here's the first article. I'm going to show you again. Look, I want you to look at it. The only thing that's in there is Department of Homeland Security. If you're brand new to the show, read that article and then watch my show and you're like, how did Crypto Hulk come up with all this shit? Because in this article here, that's a nothing article to any other YouTuber who has no fucking brains in their head. They look at an article like this and see nothing. Okay? Read it. Look at it yourself. It shows nothing, right? Well, Crypto Hulk knows how to find everything. Okay? Why? Because I got people that are members on my show. I get paid. And so I have to give them better information than any other fucking channel. I just don't read the highlights. That's what these other fucking channels do. They read the fucking highlights. Like I can get a fucking chimpanzee to go on Crypto Slate or some fucking CoinDesk or whatever the fuck it is, and just read the top 5 articles. Don't deep dive nothing. Just blah blah blah. Read some shit off, and then talk about how to buy scammy shit so you can buy it off me. I'm like, are you fucking serious? These assholes will look at this article I'm showing you right here and say, well, there's nothing there. I'm never going to report on that one. Well, the only thing there's nothing there is in their heads. Okay, they got nothing. Okay, along with that, I'm done. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you in my next program, probably tomorrow morning. Well, it'll be in about 12, 12 and a half hours from now. So I got to do some more. I got to discover news for my show tomorrow. So adios.